Hi, my name is Muhammad Daniel Faris bin Abdul Rahman, and I am from B7. And here, my friend.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. My name is Muhammad Adam Shawal and I'm from Malaysia.
Today
Um,
we have my friend from Indonesia, who is Nadia Ratri Elandita. So maybe she can introduce herself first.
okay, so hi, my name is Nadia Ratrialanita, but you can call me Nadia. I am currently a high school living in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Mhm.
Okay. So,
Hi.
hi. So, I have a question. So like Malaysia and Indonesia, we are really near. Even we share like a lot of we have a lot of similarity even in food, culture, and I guess like everything. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about Indonesia.
So Indonesia is island country. It has thousands of islands. If I'm not wrong, it was 17,000 island. And I live in Java, which is the most densest island in Indonesia. I'm not living in Jakarta, which is the capital city. I live in Yogyakarta. So in my city, it is the only monarchy city in the whole Indonesia. So we still have king and queen system, despite us being republic. And we still have like royal people, like those that are royal descent. And yeah, I think that is.
All right, before I pass to Adam to ask one question, maybe I will explain first about Malaysia. So, Malaysia, we have 9 sultans, which is like they rotate to be Yang di-Pertuan Agong 5 years, every 5 years. So they become Yang di-Pertuan Agong. And we had been colonized for 446 years. When the Portuguese came 1511, and then we got our independence by 1957, and we became Malaysia in 1963. And also now, we still have the Sultan like the Indonesia. Even they didn't have a lot of power, but still they are symbolized um the head of the Malaysia. So maybe Adam, you have a question to ask Nadia.
So the first question I'm about to asking is about the digital learning. First, I think in this the modern day, everyone is using a digital uh, like digital like AI something like that to as a medium for learning something or doing some job. So can I know in Indonesia it is the same that you guys using the same type of media like digital the way of learning in Indonesia is you learning in a digital like using a digital board not like marker not marker and the whiteboard.
So currently, we are like in my high school. Okay, currently we are 100% offline. So we go to class. We use whiteboard marker, but sometimes the material like PDF and stuff that is shared in Google Classroom. So, and sometimes we use some teachers, like my math teacher and my physics teacher, they use Kahoots, like the quiz. They make a quiz and then we access it on phone, but then we scan QR code and then we join the quizzes and stuff. And mostly we still use books, physical books that the school lend us. And recently we use for exam, we use phone. There's like an application called Safe Exam Browser. We use that for exam. So all exam, year-end exam and middle semester exam, they are done in.
Like,
Oh, it's disconnecting. I'm sorry, the light went off. The electricity went off. Real, real shit, real shit. But um, in Indonesia, we usually use phone for exam. We don't use paper anymore in my school. We use a safe exam browser, and it's really protective. You can't really access any other application when you're using that application. So no one cheats. No one cheats anymore. And it helps the teacher as well because the teacher doesn't really need to grade one by one. They just need to to input the question on the application and the correct answer, and then student do the exam, and then after that well they mark it on the application, and then once the exam period is over, we can access it on the application.
okay. It's really interesting, but I have one more question. So like in 2020 we had been affected by COVID-19, right? And then
Mhm.
at Malaysia, we are fully like restricted from go out, so we cannot really go out. So we cannot go to school. So we use Google Classroom as our main medium to have a class. So in Indonesia, I want to ask how do Indonesian people they like attend to the class during the COVID-19?
So during the COVID-19, we do the same, almost the same thing as you Malaysians. We use Google Classroom to share materials, and then some teachers, not all teachers, they use Google Meet or Zoom to give lectures. Um, Sometimes they use WhatsApp group. Actually, we make like WhatsApp group with teachers and the students in my class, and they share material to us and Google Meet links or Zoom links. And sometimes they give us like PDF of some books. I think my math teacher did that back in COVID-19. He shared some math PDF books, and mostly it's Google Classroom, Zoom, or Google Meets that we use for class during COVID-19. I think the other one would be Google Documents, where we share the teacher shares the documents for like assignments, and we just copy it to our account, to our Google account, and then we do it ourselves.
Right. Maybe this one is the last question. So, like now, I currently use Canva as our main application to make a presentation. So, can I know, maybe it's not the Indonesian, but maybe for yourself, how do you use? What is your main application do you use for maybe for doing your assignment or presentation or some like similar like that?
So for presentation, I also use Canva, or well, in rare moment, I still use Google, or not Google, PowerPoints, Microsoft PowerPoints, but the template is limited there, so I use Canva more. So for presentation, I mostly use that, but in my class, there's not much presentation assignments. and it's mostly like normal assignments like math assignments. We do like, the teacher gave us paper and then we do it on paper, something like that. So I think the subject that use presentation a lot is either history or Indonesian language. We do presentation a lot, or I think we have something like social science class. I don't know if Malaysian has them. It's called PKN, which is Pendidikan Kewarganegaraan. We learn about Indonesia there, Indonesia law, Indonesia history, Indonesia, everything about Indonesia in that subject. And most of the time we do presentation in that subject, and I think everyone in my class use Canva because it's easy to share links and to edit between each group members and stuff. So yeah.
Also, like in Malaysia, we also have, but we didn't call kewarganegaraan, but we call like pendidikan civic, which is like we learn about the prinsip rukun negara, and then even the like everything stuff about Malaysia. So because we are multiracial country, so we need like to respect each other. So we cannot like touch about the sensitivity of the race. So that's like really important to us. But I guess that's the end of our session. So thank you very much, Nadia, Ratni, and Dita, for joining our session. And Adam, is you have some word want to say to her?
Yes, like at first, when I asked the question about the digital learning in Indonesia, actually it is very surprise for me to hear that in Indonesia, um, the student is doing the exam like in online in a digital way. Like in Malaysia, we still using paper and like need to tick or something like that because I don't know, maybe we think that is the best way, which is we didn't have like we can control the cheat by this way maybe. Okay, so I think you also give a good explanation about the how Indonesian student study. So yes, it's very nice to hear that. So thank you.
So that's all from us. Thank you very much. Bye bye.